Anything can happen in NASCAR with the blink of an eye. In this video, we're going to be looking at some of NASCAR's jaw-dropping moments that happened that nobody ever expected. Just like when Carl Edwards tangled with Joey Logano, ending his title fight in 2016.
Edwards on the inside, green flag back in the air, they're blocking, good go down low, Carl Edwards into the wall, he got tagged by the 22, big hits by the 19, and the caution comes back out again.
That is exactly what we saw Joey Logano was going to try to do. Logano's next to him, entering turn one. He's in the middle of three wide. Worst possible scenario for Carl. Carl turns left, trying to block a championship on the line. Joey's there in a big wreck, and I don't blame Carl there.
Rain, rain, go away. That's what about every NASCAR fan says, but this time, everybody meant it.
Haley on that outside line, top of three. He's got some help with him.
Into the wall they go. The 11 now also caught up in it. The whole Haley. The three of Austin Dillon squeezes through. He is in front. And look at virtually the only car to clear it.
The 17 of Busch are trying to go into the middle there on the 31, on the 16. Oh, the 99 just loses it. Denny wrecks.
Well, the 31 just lost it too by himself in that top lane.
I wonder if it was rain.
Well, yeah, I mean, both leaders are in clean air. They both catch their car. That tells me that there's something down there that's reducing grip.
I mean, there were, I'll tell you how it started, but it's like 4 or 5 things happening all at once. When we pick it up, you've got 2 or 3 cars sideways from multiple types of contact.
The entire pack falls apart and gets collected in this massive accident when rain starts pouring down in turns 1 and 2 in the NASCAR race at Daytona in 2022. The most popular driver in NASCAR history was battling for a win against former Hendrick Motorsports driver Kyle Busch. Now driver for Hendrick Motorsports Dale Earnhardt Jr. was ready to take home the checkered flag at Richmond until Kyle Busch accidentally wrecked him entering turn number 3, and about every fan's jaw was dropped on the floor.
If he can get a bite on the bottom of the racetrack, they'll be side by side down the back straightaway.
Ooh, man, that was tight off turn 2. He's got him. Oh, I believe he's got him this time. Oh, he turned him.
No.
Oh, he turned him. No.
Now here comes Clint Boyer to take the yellow flag.
Oh, no.
And wild thing, Kyle Busch makes contact with Dale Earnhardt Jr., and it looks like the drought will continue. Pulls it off the corner. He's got the inside.
Tell you what.
He's up to Earnhardt's bumper. Earnhardt takes it.
They're on the racing service down on the flat part of the racetrack. Look out.
And it's Kyle Petty. Kyle Petty coming to the checkered flag. Here comes Davey Allison to the bottom. It'll be the finish. Everybody was waiting for it. They crashed past the finish line. They have crashed into turn number 1.
When battling for the win in the first ever NASCAR All-Star race under the lights, Davey Allison, Kyle Petty, and Dale Sr. had this epic battle for the victory. Nobody ever thought how the finish would have ended, but it did. Davey Allison ended up winning the race and ended up in the hospital after this horrific accident. Davey Allison would sustain multiple injuries and still race the following week. Battling for Chase Elliott's first shot at a win and a first shot at a championship 4 spot, Denny Hamlin did everything but let him have the win. He put the bumper straight to the back of the 24, sending him around, costing him the victory.
Elliott diving, trying to block. Down the back stretch again. Less than 3 to go. The bumper to the back of the 24. Elliott goes around. Hamlin takes the lead and the caution comes out.
Get it going if you can.
Here's the slingshot to the outside.
Stay together. That's what they're saying. Stay together. Push, push, push. It's going to get tight down here in turn 3.
Don't forget Jimmy Johnson and Dale Jr., 5th and 6th. They are there. Which group will they go with? And will it help the Childress cars, or will it help Jeff Gordon to victory lane?
All bets are off. They get to the middle of the tri-oval.
Watch out, down low.
Way down comes Johnson.
Good run.
He's got room. They're 3 wide. 3 by 3 to the line.
Johnson.
Maybe Jimmy Johnson.
I believe he got him by an inch.
2/1000ths of a second he beat Boyer.
This is one of the greatest finishes in NASCAR history. 4 wide at the line. Jimmy Johnson wins by just a splitter length over Clint Boyer while being pushed by Dale Earnhardt Jr. This is one of the closest finishes in NASCAR history, and I don't think anything will ever come close to it.
See if he can make that work. Down on the inside, he's trying to make this pass. I think it's going to happen.
Oh, man. Up across the racetrack and contact with the 07 car.
Reed Sorensen gets a piece.
That's Jason White. Oh, my good. Wow.
And a hard lick right there. Really don't know what the 07 was doing right there. Man, I think he eventually was trying to get out of the way, but obviously put himself right in harm's way.
Yeah, Chase Austin up. There he is up in turn 4. Now pulling down across the racetrack, DJ.
The best thing to do when you're a lapped car is get out of the way of the leaders. Pull off the racetrack or pull out of the line the leaders are racing. What do you not do when you're a lapped car? Pull down across the racetrack and crash the leader. That is something you don't want to do. This happened, unfortunately, to Kyle Busch during the nationwide race at Bristol.
Here he comes into turn 1. Chase Briscoe's going to give him a run for the money. Here's Briscoe to the outside, but he's going to be offline. No, oh, Briscoe's in the grass. Now it's a battle for the lead with Hamlin and Allmendinger.
Oh, stop and go for the 14 car. He is not racing for the win. Oh, he's going to spin Denny. Denny is spun out. The 14 car spun Denny Hamlin out into turn 10.
That puts A.J. Allmendinger in the lead because Briscoe will have to serve a penalty.
Come here and pull off the most amazing win of his career at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Another chapter written into the Indy history books. A.J. Allmendinger will cross the yard of bricks, the winner of the first ever road course race for the Cup Series.
This is one of the most jaw-dropping moments in Indianapolis Motor Speedway ever. Chase Briscoe, already technically black flagged and not running in position number 2, crashes race leader Denny Hamlin after being pushed off the track entering turn number 1. Chase Briscoe took his anger out on Hamlin and then was later disqualified by NASCAR. The inaugural NASCAR Roval race saw one of the most chaotic and hectic finishes in NASCAR history. Nobody ever anticipated this event to go over so well with fans and competitors, but it did. This last lap pass by Jimmy Johnson and Martin Truex created one of the most memorable moments in NASCAR history as they gave the win to Ryan Blaney.
Where's that right front fender damage? He didn't need this to happen.
That guitar.
So Joey Logano. Oh, a big crash along the front straightaway, including Stenhouse in 62 of Brendan Gaughan, the 15 of Michael Annett. So the caution comes out again.
Oh, no.
It'll be our 10th.
Man, look at all the damage you got right here. This car's been upside down. This is Joe Newman.
Take a look, boy.
Holy cow.
He was
Joe's
upside
car.
down.
Yeah, that car definitely. Whenever you can see the roof flaps, take a look. Here we go.
Okay, he's looking inside of Michael Annett, and this wreck happens in front of them.
There is the 16. He's already turned around. That all happened in front.
Now, where's Joe Nemechek?
Oh, right there.
Gosh.
Who got in? And it was the 16 with a Stenhouse.
Gracious.
The Daytona duel set the starting lineup for the biggest race of the year, the Daytona 500. These two 150-mile races usually are pretty tame and calm. It's for the drivers to be able to test out the feeling of their race cars without putting themselves in too much danger, costing them to go to a backup car if they crash. The 2014 duel saw one of the most chaotic finishes in the second duel. It saw Clint Boyer barrel rolling in the air, landing back on all 4 tires, and crossing the start-finish line.
4 like Kevin did. Oh, and there
Johnson to the wall
They
with
ran.
the one of McMurray. 3, 4 cars around. One on its roof. One car hard into the wall.
That was
And it ends in flames and sparks.
our front row sitter up here. He's got a torn up race car.
Mark
78
Trix
car.
Time to qualify for his pilot's license right here.
2x2. Middle's open. We're upside down. Fine, nothing else is going to hit you. Stay buckled in. Stay buckled in. Stay buckled in. Nothing else is going to hit you. You're not hitting anything. Turn left if you can. Turn left if you can. Turn left if you can. Finish the race. Start finishes at your pit box. Start finishes at your pit box. One more, a little bit more. Get your transponder back.
Oh, Jimmy! Trouble! Kenseth in the wall, Biffle in the wall. Kenseth spins into the pack.
Great restart. I thought he was going to be able to get it well out in front of Kenseth.
Yeah, but Kenseth got over on his quarter pound for just a second. You see Jimmy try to get away, but Kenseth had a good restart. Jimmy just got loose before he got down in there. He was just trying to drive it off in the corner and make sure that he got ahead.
2012 saw some of the greatest drivers in NASCAR struggle. It also saw some of the greatest up-and-coming stars have shining moments. During the 2012 Pocono race, some of the most talented drivers in NASCAR all missed turn number 1, sending them all into the wall and crashing as they gave Jeff Gordon the victory when the rain fell.
They're trying to clear debris off the racetrack, and the car brakes, won't steer, and he slides up the track and into the back of that surplus helicopter jet engine on a trailer used to dry the racetrack.
Mike, I saw sparks coming out from the car as if it had a tire down or something. What an incredible turn of events. I've never in my life.
Talk about jaw-dropping. I never in my life would have ever anticipated the fact that I could witness somebody crash under caution and crash into a jet dryer. That is something I never thought would happen, and I remember being very little and my jaw was dropped on the floor, shocked as could be. Talk about horrifying. Michael McDowell has his horrendous crash entering turn 1 at Texas Motor Speedway in qualifying. Thankfully, he was okay after this awful accident.
Not at all.
Ryan Newman off turn 4 for the final time. Blaney to the outside, to the inside. Here comes Hamlin up the outside.
Wow.
Crash into the wall, into the air. Goes Newman.
Upside down.
In a shower of sparks on his roof, Ryan Newman comes across the line, 4th. And comes to rest. Scoring unofficial between Hamlin and Blaney as far as who crossed the finish line first.
Everybody's heart had stopped and everybody's jaw was dropped on the floor after this accident with Ryan Newman ending the 2020 Daytona 500. Ryan Newman's car was turned upside down and then hit in the driver's side roof, flying in the air. This is one of the most horrifying NASCAR crashes I've ever seen.
I was going to say, is there smoke coming out of the 18?
Coming out of the pipes.
The 18 is blowing up.
Oh my God. What is going on?
It is unbelievable the number of playoff drivers that have had problems tonight. That's going to put Eric Jones at the start of this field. He won here in 2019. The fans are going crazy. They are either love or hate Kyle Busch as a fan, and the ones that don't like him are expressing their pleasure.
He's so polarizing, and right now you're hearing it out of the crowd here as they see the 18 blowing up.
After a race that saw multiple playoff contenders fall out due to crashes or mechanical failures, Kyle Busch looked to win in his final season with Joe Gibbs Racing. It all fell apart with just a handful of laps to go while leading when the engine expired.
I feel like that was when they needed to win.
Around goes the 9. Chase Elliott hard into the wall. The back of the car's gone.
On new tires, does a lot of is very stressful on the tire itself, where the sidewall and the tread meet. Yeah. Plus, every time they go across that, when you see the dust fly, it's just a huge area down there. It only takes one rivet, one something to have a slow leak. Eventually, it gets so low the tire goes flat.
Chase Elliott was en route to finally looking like he had a shot at a championship. During the 2019 playoffs, he was down in a hole in points but needed a win to secure a spot in the Final Four. All day long at Phoenix, he was running up front, first or second, and looking to have a shot at the victory that day, all until the tire popped, entering turn number 1, ending his shot at a championship in 2019.
Apron to the track, coming to the white flag. There's a leader change, and Labonte takes the lead.
And meanwhile, Ricky Rudd trying to...
Oh, and Earnhardt spins him out.
Oh, man.
And Tony Stewart is involved with the crash, as is Mark Martin, Sterling Harlan, and several others. Dale Earnhardt takes the checkered flag.
And Jimmy Spencer ran second.
Terry got into me in the middle of 3 and 4, and
I was going to get back to him and just rattle him. I wasn't going to wreck him, but I got to him and he turned him around. So didn't mean to really turn around, meant to rattle us.
A bonehead move that people don't talk about as much is Robbie Gordon during the 2001 Sonoma race. Kevin Harvick was a lap down trying to unlap himself. Wasn't racing Robbie Gordon for position for the lead. Robbie Gordon then proceeds to block Kevin Harvick, costing himself the lead as Tony Stewart overtook him and drove off with the victory.
That is Jim Long.
I wouldn't be walking. If I was Jim Long, I would not be walking. I'd be running. I'd be running down there saying, hey, come on, man. We got a shot at winning this race. Cut us some slack.
That's Richard Childress up on the box, who owns Harvick's car.
Okay, I'll handle it. Don't worry. Just one more minute. Just wait a minute.
But, guys, I'm not sure a caution would not be.
Caution's out.
Stewart, get past Gordon. Here they come. They're running to the caution.
They're racing back to the caution flag. We've watched him be loose all day. Now, this is Kevin Harvick in the 29, turn 7.
To turn 7.
Turn 4 to turn 7.
Harvick's there.
Beating and banging. Stewart saw it happening.
And
into the S's.
Stewart had the momentum.
You see, this is just what drives me crazy. Robbie Gordon is worried about a lap car, and he lets Tony Stewart take the lead.
Contact Gordon and Keselowski. Keselowski to the outside of Johnson for the race lead.
Yeah, he does.
Gordon spinning, turn 4. Caution is out. We'll have another attempt at a green light checker.
I really believe it was just that choice that he made to go to the outside. Brad Keselowski was ready to go, though, but you can see the contact's what cut the left rear tire down there.
Went to block you there when you went 3 wide. He came down. Yeah, it's just racing. It's no different than what happened with Tony and Dale last week. Got a little newer tires and got a better run than he did.
The drive for 5 was alive for Jeff Gordon in 2014, looking for his 5th championship. It all came to a close at Texas when leading the race, and Brad Keselowski put him 3 wide, hitting Gordon's tire, cutting it down, and Jeff Gordon goes spinning.
Casey, he may have enough there. He may have enough.
Whoa, there goes. And Edwards around. Caution is out. Daniel Quinn has gone around. Matt Kenseth sneaks through.
Battling hard for the win, Carl Edwards and Casey Mears were side by side at Charlotte. Coming off of turn number 4, Edwards and Mears tangled, and they both went hard into the wall, ending both of their nights in a shot at the victory.
And what's Jimmy Johnson do here? He goes to that high side. Carl Edwards is going to go to the bottom. There we go. Oh, drove right by him with a car stick. Here comes Jimmy Johnson. He's in the wall.
Here comes Jimmy.
We're back inside now.
Oh, wow.
Carl Edwards trying to hang on. Here comes Jimmy Johnson down, and Johnson will take the win.
Wow. How good is that?
The 2003 New Hampshire race saw teammates Jimmy Johnson and Jeff Gordon get collected on pit road as Michael Waltrip would squeeze Gordon into his pit stall. Gordon would ultimately hit a couple pit crew members, but thankfully everybody was okay. This was a horrific accident on pit road.
Waltrip's pit to his stall, Bill. Yeah, a lot of confusion down here now. Jeff Gordon trying to back out of the way. This pit stall down here is a very, very tight one. Gordon is away. Waltrip's away. They continue to work on the 48. We thought at the beginning of the race there could be problems with these tight pit stalls in the stopping line. Check it out. Michael Waltrip's in front of Jeff Gordon, and his pit is the second one. He's got to go around Jimmy Johnson. And Jeff tried to...
Whoa! Oh, man, look at the 48 guys right up on the hood of Jeff Gordon's car. Oh, man. Jackman got it.
Clipped. Tire changer and tire carrier up over the hood of the 24.
Watch the 8 car as he comes down. Now he slows down to the 45 miles per hour. Now Jeff Gordon says, I can sneak on the inside and go down through there and pick up a couple of car lengths, not realizing that the 15 car was going to his pit. And that is a scary situation. Thank goodness those helmets.
Yep.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
And you're sitting there with Jimmy Johnson going, man, he just ran over my guys.